Discussing the Greek economic situation, I'm joined with Rudi Finci of RF Consults. So Rudi, first of all, how would you describe the economic situation in Athens from what has been a pretty tumultuous year to date?
Yes, dear Sam, thank you very much. It is always a pleasure to discuss serious things at Dukascopy television. To understand the present Greek debt crisis, I think one should really go into more complex area of observation. So, three aspects are particularly important: historic aspect, economic aspect, and political aspect. So, just to make it very briefly, when you mention Greece, we forget that it is a relatively new state. It was formed as a sovereign, established as a sovereign state only in 1820, and already big powers at the time, Russia, England, and France, created and supported the establishment of the sovereign independent state of Greece, and it started its history as a very indebted country. So this is the moment when the Ottoman Empire was retraced into almost today's Turkish frontier. So this is very, very important in understanding that it is a country as a sovereign state which is only 200 years old. The second part is economic aspect. It started as an indebted country, so it came already from the minus point, whereas the other colonial powers and so on who had already the wealth could build upon already a positive basis. The third, which is a political aspect, I will not go into it. We know that Greece was a kingdom, there was a dictatorship, now it is a... So I leave it aside. Why I am bringing these three aspects is because now the media is only showing the latest news. If we go into a more profound analysis and we look when it joined the European market, Greece was at point of 94% out of the GDP as a part of the indebted, whereas the European countries were slightly over 80. Now we are coming to the 177, which was actually in July, whereas the Europeans are very close to the 100. If we go to the next slide, we will see that all these years, Greece GDP growth in Greece in between all these years are much higher than all European states. So there is a little illogic understanding how come when you are producing more, you are getting more indebted. Now the question is who wanted to indebt Greece and how they actually did it. I think what was mentioned also already by Dominic Strauss-Kahn, then retaken by the actual boss of the International Monetary Fund, Greece must be relieved because it is not the only one who is responsible for the situation. Indeed, there are certain problems, but we have to be confident that people who, particularly the Eurozone, which was made also to support Germany, we must understand that all these differences came from something which is material. And now, I was in Greece recently, every third car is made in Germany. Most of the appliances come from the Germany. Military equipment comes from the Germany. So there is no doubt how come it became into such a situation.
Okay, so you've touched on the importance of the history of Greece coming into being, but if we apply that to the current day with the economic policy makers, what would your advice be to those to helping Greece long term?
Yes, if we go into the economic observation and study of the Greece economy, we will see that 80% belongs to the services, only 18% belong to the industry sector, which is only two branches that are important: tourism and shipping, and maybe 3.4, 3.5 that belongs to the agriculture with a very good aspect, particularly now searched in Europe of the quality biological production. Now, as we said, that the industrial part is shipping, and especially the merchant shipping, commercial shipping, we know very much that most of the Greek companies and ships are flying under other flags. I think for fiscal revenues, it would be very important, even for Europe, that Greece introduces an innovative way of gaining the input for the budget, fiscal revenue. So I discussed with people, who have certain means or who are managing big companies of the Greek. And anyway, in the world, rich people or wealthy people or wealthy companies, they don't want money that they earn to be wasted. So my idea would be to propose sort of innovative fiscality input, to propose to the contributors of the fiscal revenues, people who pay taxes, to have the possibility to decide in which part of the expenses that are budgeted it will go. Some would like to go to the area of education, some of the area of the healthcare, some of the infrastructure, and so on, and provide them with the feedback. I think with this innovative and motivating way, they would really have a new approach, and people would be more willing to pay. I myself am not happy with the taxes that I pay, how they are spent. So I can imagine people who have millions or billions. They don't want to give their money to be wasted. This is indeed.
Okay. Well, Greece's position in the Eurozone, there are lingering concerns with that going into the future. Now, Greek assets, getting them to foreign investors is a concern as well, though there are privatization deals rumoured for the early next year. How would you describe market sentiment at the moment towards Greece?
Yes, I just watched the presentation of the Piraeus Bank regarding the stock market and the values. I think it is now the moment to invest in Greece. As I said, one part is to probably propose the return of the capital originated in Greece or of the Greek origin, which is floating somewhere outside. This would certainly sort of the fiscal amnesty, where the money would be brought and incentive for the capital to be reinvested of the Greek origin. But according to my estimation, it is now a moment to buy the Greek companies, and we have seen already that Greeks are real workers. They are very talented merchants. They are very skillful into agriculture. They are perseverant, and it is not true. Now it goes like Greek people don't want to work, and so it is not true. I looked to the statistics of the International Labour Organization and so on. Greeks were as industrious as people in Taiwan, workers in Taiwan, and so on. So they spent so much hours working on it. So for me, it is now the moment to be confident for the Greeks themselves, because they are also under big pressure. And I call upon economies, world economies, to support Greece, and most of all politicians. We have now the opinion of Geneva-based economist Michel Santi, who defended restructuring of the debt in the edition of Le Temps, which is like a Financial Times in Swiss Roman part. We have now International Monetary Fund, who under Dominic Strauss-Kahn already proposed that this debt has to be restructured. We have now the Draghi, who is the president of the European Bank, who also admitted that it has to be structured. Now, I think all these institutions with investors should support this crucial phase for the Greece to come out of such a very difficult situation.
Okay, really great to have your insight. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for watching. Keep clicking back to Dukascopy TV for more updates and exclusive interviews. We'll see you next time.